Oh, no, no, no.
Ah,
There you go.
excellent.
There you go.
Hey, DJ, Pojita, Mitchell, Cherise, and Lisette, welcome to my class, okay? So, bienvenidos. So, let me talk about me. My name is Wagner. So, probably if you are in the expat or exchange group, expats, or I don't know, maybe you saw me before. So, I have been teaching Spanish for 14 years. 15 years now this year. And I love to work with expats. I love to work if you are expat, so you know the concept of expat, people living in another country. So normally I can feel the needs of the expat, especially of course, where in this case about the language. Because when you are living in another country, so you cannot wait 1 year to speak Spanish. You need to speak Spanish. So, for example, Mitchell, you live in Cariari. Probably people they speak English there because there's a lot of hotels or business for expats. Cheryl, you are in Santana, so there's a lot of expats there. I don't know where is Lisette. I don't know where Lisette are you living. But DJ and Pollita, I don't know if you visited Costa Rica before. So people here, they try to speak Spanish. So so it's not a big situation probably. But when you are living, when you are here 24 hours, so you will be in touch with people speaking Spanish, and why not learn the language? Okay. So, Cherie, did you study Spanish before?
In Trinidad, it is required for our education that we learn French and Spanish, but I left Trinidad when I was 13, so I was very young, and
Okay.
I only had the basics of, starting to conjugate the verb.
Okay.
I took French in high school in the US. I did not take Spanish. And then when I came here, I tried to dust off the old memory and try to learn it again. And I do follow language transfer. I listen to it to try and learn how to speak the language because I have to do it. I'm here in Santana. My boys are playing basketball. We're involved in everything. I have to learn how to do it.
Michelle, what about you?
Well, this is embarrassing because
Wow.
I have tried 5 different times to learn Spanish since living here and have been incredibly frustrated. And it's just to recall, retain the words and so on. So I've gotten very good at using a translator app, which I'm not proud of, but it's how I've managed. And yes, I have many people who speak both English and Spanish, but I always expected to learn the language when I came here, and I have just struggled with it a lot.
For how many years in Costa Rica? How many years?
I don't even want to tell you.
Oh, yeah, tell me, don't
But
worry.
I came here in 2013, and the way I've justified it is I've gotten so involved with nonprofit activity and helping communities across the country. I've said, okay, this is my service. So sorry about the other. I'm working on it, but it hasn't happened yet.
You are working on that, don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
DJ, what about you?
I came up with learning French in grade school, but no Spanish. I've tried to pick up a little bit with Babbel.
Okay.
I should mention that Poyita and I will be moving to Costa Rica soon. We were just there in December.
Oh,
And we've been there many
okay.
other times before. We don't know where we'll be, but I'll be back at the end of the month. We'll be in the Central Valley.
DJ Pojita, thank you for choosing. Oh, and you also thank you for choosing our country for your house. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but did you study Spanish before, Pojita and DJ?
A year in college, but I've forgotten
Okay.
everything
Okay.
but the basics.
Okay. Mitchell, pay attention to this. My oldest student, at that moment, he was 89 years old.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And the first thing that he told me was, Wagner, sorry. But why sorry? Because I decided to study Spanish now. But you don't need to say sorry for that. No, no, no. Yes, I need to say sorry because I have been living in Costa Rica for 50 years.
Oh my
For
goodness.
50 years.
Okay.
And Wagner, I never tried to learn the language before.
Yeah.
Wagner, I am 89. So I have 50 years living in Costa Rica. Okay, so, but why you never try to study Spanish? Wagner, my wife, she speak English, my kids English, my business English, my friends speak English, my social groups speak English. So I never needed. Okay, but I have a question. Why, after 50 years living in the country, you want to learn the language? And he said, Wagner, it's because I have a girlfriend and she's Tica.
Yeah,
And
of
he
course.
said,
I
and
knew
he
that
said-
was coming. I knew that was coming.
and he said, she's Tica, Wagner. She doesn't speak English. So I need to try to learn the language. So, but after 50 years, okay, now I have one more question. How old is she? And he said, oh, Wagner, don't worry. She's 79. Ah, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
that's better.
That's it.
That's better.
See,
Okay.
exactly. Please don't tell me that she's 22. No. She's 79.
That's nice.
So, but people, that is what I like. And that is my next question. So, because everybody has different goals to learn a language. So, his goal after 50 years living in the country was, I need to talk with my girlfriend. So, Michelle, why did you want to learn the language?
Because
I know that you live here, but
yeah. But I've traveled internationally a lot. I've done a lot of international work, diplomacy. I'm a storyteller as well. So that's my profession, which I still am engaged with. But I've always felt that there's that demarcation between, people. If you don't know the language, it's always been a part of my value to assimilate, and to connect. And that creates a bit of a break. That troubles me. And in terms of age, this is my 80th year. So I thought, I tried again last year, ended up stopping, but I've just thought, I just want to look at your system and see if maybe there's something that you're doing that may facilitate my being able to finally learn it in alignment with my own deeply held values around connection.
okay. Cherise, why did you want to learn the language?
I think there are multiple reasons. The first one is to join the conversation. When I go to the farmers market in Santana on Sunday, I want to be able to, I say hello to the vendors and they know me, but I want to be able to do more, have that conversation with them. How are you doing? How's your family? What's going on? So like Michelle said, I want to, form the connection and be in the conversation. And in addition to that, I think I've been in Costa Rica almost 4 years now. We lived in Guanacaste, way up in the jungle before, and then I did my work online, and I didn't have to speak in Spanish very rarely. Now that we're in Santana, while many people speak English here, there's much more opportunities for me to actually keep trying to use the language and have it to interact when I'm at the store and I need to buy something, or I'm at the restaurant. So besides joining the conversation, additionally, I meet many people here that speak multiple languages, and I feel very left behind. So I'm trying to learn Spanish and Italian and brush up some French again too, as well. But Spanish is the primary language that I want to actually become fluent in first before I continue with Italian as well.
Ah, very good. Let me give access to one more student. Okay, DJ, why do you want to learn the language?
Well, I think what everyone has already said is applicable. We just want to be good residents. We want to be able to speak with all the locals and join in the conversation. And it's your country, and we
Right.
owe it to you to try to make the effort.
Exactly. Pollita, and you?
Exactly what he said.
Yes, ma'am.
But I love the Romance languages. Have wanted to go back to learn Spanish again. Just never. Now I have a reason to.
Mhm. Okay.
I think there.
Hola, Bridget.
Hi, sorry, I'm sick, so I was sleeping and just not feeling well this morning. Sorry,
Oh,
lo
sorry.
siento.
Sorry to hear about that. Okay. So, but welcome to the session. So, if you consider and if you want to turn on your camera, so you can do it. If not, you can keep it like that. And let me know if you want or if you will be able to participate. This will be one interactive. This will be interactive session. So you can be speaking with us in case that you consider that it's possible for you. Okay?
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah.
Don't worry. But where are you? In Costa Rica or not in Costa Rica?
I'm in Pozos.
In Pozo.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hi.
hola, Bridget. Okay, no. You will. Let me tell you this. You will feel better after the session. Don't worry. Okay. You will be feeling better after the session.
Okay.
Okay, Bridget. Why do you want to learn Spanish? Do you speak Spanish now?
Un poco.
Un poco.
Okay.
This is the word that all the students they know. Un poco, un poquito.
Poquito.
That's right.
Poquito. Mi español es malo.
Okay, but we
yeah.
can fix that. Don't worry, we can fix that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here in Pozos. I want to spend a lot of time in Costa Rica, and like I'm gonna stay here until March 15th and then go back to the States, probably come back for a month or two, and then yeah, I'm gonna be staying down here a lot, I think.
Okay, very good. So welcome to the session. Basically, this introductory Spanish class is with the idea to show to the students that the system that I used to teach. I have been doing this for 15 years, working with expats, and I love what I do. Okay, I love what I do. So what I was saying is like everybody has a different goals to learn the language. That's why normally I try to have a meeting with every single student before they start classes, because I like to know the goal. Why do you want to learn the language? So, because also that helped me to choose the program or to offer the right program for the student. For example, if you tell me, Wagner, so we already bought a restaurant and we have 20 employees that they speak Spanish, what do you suggest? Obviously, in this case, my suggestion will be, hey, you need to take private sessions. Why private sessions? Because in private sessions, we will be working on your own needs. We will probably, we can help you with vocabulary about the restaurant, with vocabulary about everything that you need to run your business, for example. But if you say, Wagner, no, we want to, like a probably dog and Pajita, Wagner, we want to learn the language. We decide to go and live in Costa Rica, and we will be able to communicate with the people. Okay, probably one program for this, it could be like a group sessions, because you will meet other people, other expats, and this will be Wagner. Now we are retired, we have time. So you can add in your calendar, or you can add in your weekly activities, the Spanish classes, as to go to cooking classes, to go to the gym. And this is the difference with other schools in Costa Rica. So I have many friends, owners of other schools, but what we offer, it's a program during the whole year. So normally our students, they stay in the program during 10 or 11 months in the year because it's not intensive. If you need an intensive program, we can do it. But hey, Wagner, so we are happy to go 2 days per week, 2 hours per day, 2 classes, but they do that during 11 or 10 months to the year, okay? So, Michelle, you said something that I remember, one of my first students, his name was John, and he told me, Wagner, so you are my school number 5. And I never, no, I'm sorry. No, that is other student. John, he never studied Spanish, but he said, I don't know, I am enjoying Costa Rica. I can go to the mountains, I can go to the volcanoes, I can go to the beach. But Wagner, now I want to try Spanish. After 2 months learning Spanish, he said, Wagner, I told you that I was enjoying the country. But now I realize that it was not true. I was enjoying only the 50% of Costa Rica because I was not speaking with the people. So in my car, it was possible for me to visit the beaches, to visit the mountains, to go to that house, to go to the different bars, whatever. But when I used to go to Walmart, I never tried to speak with the cashier. So I put my water or whatever I buy, I pay with my credit card, but it was not necessary for me to say something. So I was not enjoying the real life, the real Costa Rica. Wagner, now I am enjoying 100% Costa Rica. For me, that was very important. So when he told me that, I thought I was enjoying Costa Rica, but it was not true. Now I am enjoying Costa Rica. And I realized at that moment how important was my occupation, my business, because it changed his life. He said, Wagner, now I am enjoying. The truth is now I am enjoying. After that, like 3 or 4 months after that, he passed away. And I said, oh, so, but the point is, like, I think the last months of his life, he was enjoying his stay here in Costa Rica. So, why I like to teach Spanish using my system? Because normally I have problems with languages. I am a person that I need a system to learn things. And I think like if there's more people as me that they need a system, why not to share what I found for me? And this is how I create one system to learn the language. Is the best? No, probably not. Probably there's more. And nowadays, you know, there's many different options to learn a language. And not only Spanish, you can learn 100 languages now, using even now the artificial intelligence, wherever you want. So Wagner, what do you suggest? What do you think is the best? What I say always is everything is good in the process. Desafortunadamente, unfortunately, learn a language is not as easy as to take a pill and tomorrow I will be speaking Spanish. If I take a pill and tomorrow I will be speaking Italian. If I take a pill and tomorrow I will be speaking Japanese. Unfortunately, it's not that. Mitchell, you said, oh, Wagner, it's embarrassing for me to say like this is the time number 4. That is not bad. Why? Because learn a language, it's a process. So if you come to the school and you tell me, Wagner, I am beginner, I want to be fluent in 3 months, I need to say, I'm sorry, this is not the right place. Because in 3 months, you cannot be fluent. So in 3 months, you will be practical. So you will have a practical Spanish. So you will be able to communicate with people, but you are not going to be fluent. So it's not possible. When we are babies, when the baby say the first word after how many months?
Mm.
Tell me, the answer. What do you think? At what time the babies, they say the first word? Remember, we are happy when they say mom, dad, mama, papa. After 9, 10, or 11 months. So when they say the first word. So, but what is happening during that 8 months? The baby is receiving information, receiving information. So, after 8 months, after 9 months, now I don't remember when my daughter said the first word. I have a daughter; she's 24. But that is part of the process. So you are not able. So, and it's the same for you. So if you try to speak Spanish in 1 week, but you never get information, so you don't have information in your brain. So we need time to get all that information. That's why, like you, DJ, you use Babel. That is good because you are receiving information even if you are not practicing. So if you try to learn a language using YouTube, it's okay. If you are in Costa Rica and you try to listen the news, it's okay. If you try to read a newspaper, it's okay. If you use Duolingo, so I am teacher for Duolingo. I like Duolingo. So if you use Rosetta Stone, if you try, some other people, they decide to have a boyfriend or girlfriend who speaks Spanish. So everything works in the system. Okay, everything works to get the language. But remember that this is a process. I am not a person who goes to the gym. I am not a guy who goes to the gym. Okay, but when I go to the gym, I see some guys with big, I want to be like this guy. But if I ask to this person, it was not from 1 week to the other week. So when you ask to this person, probably this, hey, Wagner, I have been working in my muscles 6 years, 5 years, or 4 years. So because it's part of the process. Our brain is a muscle, okay? So with this, what I want to say is like with the system. So it's something that you will see you have in your brain. So the system that I use, you have the system in your brain. But normally, we don't identify that way to speak. With my experience, okay, do you have questions now or you are following me? Following me, see? Okay. In these 14 years teaching Spanish, I identified different kind of students. So maybe you can tell me, hey, Wagner, I am that kind of student. Sometimes we have students that they speak using only one word. So if you are in a restaurant and you say, cerveza, okay, you are using one word, the person understood that you want to drink a beer and is going to bring you a beer. If you are in Walmart and you say water, agua, the person understands that you want to buy agua. If you are in Multiplaza and you say, how do you say shoes in Spanish?
Zapatos.
Zapatos,
Zapatos.
zapatos, okay, zapatos. Of course, I understand that you want to buy zapatos. But remember this, if you try to speak Spanish using only one word, well, you are communicating, but you are not speaking Spanish, okay? And that is not incorrect, but it's not, what I say is like, try not to speak only using single words, okay? This is one kind of a student. Do you use only single words? No? Yes, sometimes? Okay. Second kind of a student. We have other students that I said they speak salad mode. Do you know what is a salad? How is a salad? DJ, how is a salad? Everything is?
All kinds of things mixed up. Word salad.
Exactly. So they say, Wagner, but I am speaking Spanish, but nobody understands me in the farmer's market. Well, yeah, it's because it's like a salad. You have the carrots, you have the tomato, you have the lettuce, you have the onions, you have everything like this. Okay. With the system, you are not going to speak salad mode because we will put the tomatoes in one column, we will put the lettuce in the other column, we will put the carrots in the other column. Okay? Bien. Third style of student. We have also students that they, and this is very common. Wagner, I am trying to speak Spanish, but when somebody says something to me, so I receive the information in Spanish, I translate that in my brain in English, I think in English the answer, and I translate that to Spanish, and I say it, but when I say that, the conversation is 400 meters ahead. And that is correct. So that is something, that's why I said probably this is the most common situation. Of course, yeah, because we are losing time in that process. So the process to receive the information, to think, imagine this, you are translating because you know the words, but if you don't know the words, you lose more time because, oh, what's the meaning of that? Oh, so that is one of the normal situations. With the system, you don't need to translate. With the system, you don't need to translate. Obviously, you need to know the content, but you are not going to spend time doing the translation of that. You will see about this. Okay, there's three kind of students. The students that they say only one word, a student that they speak in salad mode, a student that they try to translate, and probably I have two more other students when they speak Spanish. Are you one of these? Wagner, I am a mix of the three students. Yeah, sometimes I translate, sometimes I use only one word, and sometimes I speak in salad mode. It's okay. Don't worry. Okay? Bien.
So for me, Warren, just to add to something, I'm a visual learner and I struggle to remember the words, even when I study them for hours. And then somebody says something and I'm searching to try to figure out what they, for that word. And it's the access to even things I've already studied that's become a challenge.
Michelle, that is a very important situation because everybody learns in different ways.
That's right.
So there are some people, and that is very good if you know how you learn. Because in that case, what I suggest, because Wagner, please, can you suggest how I can practice at home? Well, in this case, with you, it will be with pictures, for example. With images, with even if you are watching a movie now in Netflix, we can change the language and even you can change the speed. So with subtitles, that will be good, that practice. Okay? Because you are reinforcing that area. I have other students that they learn only listening. So I had one student, he never took notes. He never read a book, only listening. That is one style to learn. So we try in our class, we try to combine the different styles. Okay, we will have practices listening. We will have practicing only with words. We will have images with the words. So, but it's very important to try to identify the style how we learn. There's some people that they need to write it. Now, sometimes if you see this, we are using less our hand when we write because everything is text or everything is in computer. So, but there's some people that they need Wagner. I should print the practice and I want to write it down because that is how I learn. It's okay. So it's okay. Okay. Okay, Wagner, but after this, what's the system? And I call the system, let me show now my screen. Okay, well, this is my website. If you don't know the website, this is the name of the school. We speak Spanish. Okay, this is one of the classes. We will talk about the website later, so because we have a lot of content, we have a lot of things that I will be happy if you use. Okay. Okay, Lisette now is not in the session. Okay. Okay, Wagner, and why the hand? Why you use the hand? So the 5 fingers. So this is the system. Learn Spanish with our 5-finger system. Okay. Because you will be connecting, and this is real. So this is something that I like that my students, they do. You will be connecting your brain, the head with your brain and your mouth, okay? Because it's easy to follow the system. Wagner, I will speak Spanish with my hand forever. No, this is at the beginning, because after you learn the system, it will be automatically as how you speak English or other languages, okay? This is the system. We will use our 5 fingers. I want you that do this. Raise your hand. I had your 5 fingers. Okay. Wagner, what's the finger 1? Whatever you want. Okay. Okay, very good. I know I received probably the artificial intelligence said like Cherise has. Do you have a question, Cherise? No? Okay, okay. Probably because so that. Okay, we will number the fingers. How do you say finger in Spanish? Do you know that?
I learned it, but I can't remember it right now.
Dedo, dedo. Okay. Wagner, did you suggest the use of the translators? Of course, of course. So now Google Traductor has its always they are improving, so you can use the Google Translator. But it's the same situation like when you use a calculator. So use the translator when you know that you don't know the word. But some people now use that calculator when they try to do 2 + 2. That is something that you can do with your brain, not with a calculator. It's exactly the same with the translator. If you know the word, you don't need to use it. Okay, just use it for things that you don't know. Okay, finger. En español is dedo. Sherry, do you want to read it?
Dedo.
DJ?
Dedo.
Pollita?
Dedo.
Mitchell?
Dedo.
Bridget?
Dedo.
Okay. This is also the style of class when I have classes, because I want to hear, I want to know, you are not only listening me, if not also you are practicing. Okay, dedo. Bien. Dedo 1, dedo 2, dedo 3, dedo 4, and dedo 5. After the class today, you will be able to speak fluent? No, but you will be able to create sentences in Spanish. If you already have content in your brain, you are going to put that information in the right position. How many ways, how many kind of sentences you can create in Spanish? Many, many. There's many ways to make sentences in Spanish. If you are beginners, you need only one to start. And this is my suggestion. So you don't need to learn 20 ways to make sentences. With this way to make sentences, it will be possible for you not to make 5 sentences, or 7 sentences, in 1 month, you will be able to make 1,000 or more sentences. Okay? Bien. How is the structure? How is the structure? Okay? So remember, finger 1, finger 2, finger 3, finger 4, and finger 5. Okay. Remember when the person was in the restaurant and the person said baño, bathroom, when the person said cerveza, when the person said zapatos, that person is using only the finger 5. That person used only the finger 5, but is not using finger 1, 2, 3, and 4. And remember what I said, it's not bad to speak or to try to communicate saying only single words. But what I want with my students is that they will be able to make complete sentences. If you need to say something using only one word, you can do it. But if you need to say something complete, also you can do it. Okay? So remember that in the finger number 5, what we'll use is information. La información. La información. Okay. In the finger number 1, we will use the time. So it's important, sometimes it's important to say when the action is happening. We will use time. Wagner, in all the sentences, we need to use the time. Not, it's not possible, it's not necessary. But remember, you will learn today how to make complete sentences, and you will get the ability to use it in one way or in the other way. In the finger number 2, we will use the person. What's the person? La persona. Who is doing the action? Who is doing the action? This system, this first system, because this is the 5-finger system, but we have also the 4-finger system. With these 2 systems, you will be able to make sentences. After you learn to make sentences, you will be able to make short conversations. And after short conversations, you will be speaking. Okay? So in this first system, we will use 2 verbs together. Verb number 1 in the finger number 3, and verb number 2 in the finger number 4. So we will call to this structure the 5-finger system, or the system where we use 2 verbs together. But when we use this system, there's one golden rule. And don't forget this. The students used to forget this. The verb number 1, it should be conjugated. And the verb number 2, it should be infinitive. Okay? Do you know the concept of conjugated verb? Did you know the concept of infinitive verb? Please let me know.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
it's hell.
But when you start conjugating, that's when I want to run to the hills. But go ahead.
Okay. Doug, what is an infinitive verb?
It's in English, it'd be like to followed by the verb. So when I say vivir, I mean to live. So if I say esperamos vivir en Costa Rica, means I want to live in Costa Rica.
Exactly. Okay. If you take classes with us, you will receive all these. Remember, today it's only one introduction. In the course, we will study every single different words and different concepts. And if you don't know what is an infinitive verb, so it's not bad. So remember this. My mom, if I ask to my mom, Mom, what is an infinitive verb? Probably she will say, Wagner, I don't know. She don't know the concept of one infinitive verb, but I am completely sure that she used that correctly, because when she learns the language, she never, so she used it in natural way. So she used infinitive verbs even if she don't know what the meaning or the concept of infinitive verb. This is also very important because sometimes when the students, they are learning Spanish, they are trying to learn something that they don't understand even in their mother tongue. So if you don't know what is this in English, how is possible that you understand that in Spanish if even you don't understand that in English? Because we try to explain basic things about, okay, a verb, what is a verb? How do you conjugate verbs in English? So, question, do you conjugate verbs in English?
Every day.
Yes,
All the time.
all the time, but sometimes I have a student that they say, Wagner, we never conjugate verbs in English.
No.
And that is not exactly incorrect, but see how small details don't allow to the student to learn, write the language, another language, because even they manage in a wrong way their own language, okay? So the golden rule is, okay, DJ, you are right. One infinitive verb is when you say in English, to speak, to study, to buy. If you say buying, well, I need to tell you that you are using a verb, but that is not the basic form of the verb. If you say I buy, so you are using the verb, but that is not the infinitive form of the verb. Always in English, it will be to plus the action. To plus the action. What is that in Spanish? Okay, in Spanish, our infinitive verbs, they are easy to identify. It's when you see the verb and the verb will end in, so we have 3 different endings. This is the resources area of my website. Here we have flashcards with verbs. So one of the endings is this. Verbs when they finish with AR. So all these ones are regular verbs. So Mitchell, this is for you. See how in this case we are using, you don't see the word in English, you see the word in Spanish, but you see the action. What is he doing? Putting money in the piggy bank. What is that? To save. Okay, that he's saving money. This is one way that how you can connect meanings with actions. Okay, what is that? Well, obviously here is difficult to express, but for rent, it's alquilar. Mitchell, what is this?
Love.
To
Love.
love.
To love.
Hey, you are right, to love. One day, one student told me to lose the train, to miss the train. They say, hey, what is that? Hey, to miss the train. No, it's not to miss the train. It's to love. Okay. Infinitive verbs in Spanish. Verbs that they end in AR, but also we have verbs that they end with ER and IR. For example, comer. Comer. Bridget, ¿qué significa comer? What's the meaning of comer?
Eat.
Eat.
To eat. Remember, to eat, not only eat, to eat. Cherise, ¿qué significa? What is the meaning of abrir?
To open.
To open, very good. DJ, what's the meaning of recibir.
Receive,
Receive or to receive.
to receive, to receive.
Exactly, that is the infinitive verb. Pollita, what is the meaning of subir? What is he doing?
Step. Just
Uh-huh.
to
Is
climb.
to climb. Very good. That is to climb. Exactly. So subir is to climb. So when you say in English to climb, we say subir. See that the verb ends with IR. When you say in English, to drink, we in Spanish we say beber. The ending ER tell me that that verb is infinitive. When you say in Spanish, in English to speak, we say, how do we read this in Spanish?
Hablar.
Habla.
Hablar.
Very good. Sometimes a student, they say hablar, hablar. But remember in Spanish, the H is silence. And then it will be hablar. Very good. Okay. So infinitive verbs, all the verbs are infinitive. So, but in this case, remember, if you say to buy, it's to buy infinitive or conjugated.
Infinitive.
Infinitive.
Infinitive. But if they say I buy, it's I buy infinitive or conjugated.
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 It's conjugated. Okay, that is the golden rule said that the verb number 1, it should be conjugated, and the verb number 2, it should be infinitive. Okay, so I have one more question. What I need if I want to conjugate a verb? What I need to know if I want to conjugate a verb?
The tense.
The tense, very good. What else?
Also, who's doing it? The
The
person.
subject.
Mhm.
The subject. So, in this case, so we need to know when the action is happening, and we need to know who is doing the action. That is exactly the information that we have in the system, because the time, it will be the tense, and the person, it will be the subject. So we have that information in the system, okay? If you say hoy, ¿qué significa hoy?
Today.
Mhm.
Today. If you say today, do you know that you are talking in the present?
Mhm.
Okay? If you say ayer, what is ayer?
Yesterday.
Today.
Yesterday. You are talking in the past.
Mhm.
And if you say mañana,
Tomorrow.
Future. Future tense. Tomorrow.
that it's tomorrow, it will be in the future tense. But see this, you told me that the information that we need to know if you want to conjugate a verb, it's when the action is happening and who is doing the action. We have that information in the system. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, so now we have the system. Remember, we are putting the tomatoes in one column, the lettuce in other column, the carrots in the other column, etc. Okay, what is the information in the finger 1?
Hence.
The tense.
Tiempo.
Tiempo. What is the information in the finger 2?
Persona.
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 La persona. What's the information in the finger 3?
Conjugante.
Verbo.
Verbo.
Conjugated.
Oh, conjugate.
Verb 1, and this one is conjugated. What's the information in the finger 4?
Infinitive
Infinitive.
verbo two. Dos.
Verbo 2, or, and this verb, it should be infinitive. And what we use in the finger 5?
Information.
Information.
La información. Okay, this is the system. Finger 1, and you will be creating sentences using your fingers. Finger 1, the tense. Finger 2, the person. Finger 3, the verb. Finger 4, the verb number 2. And finger 5, the information. Okay, so In the finger number 3, we will use, okay, question. How many verbs do we have in Spanish? If you tell me how many verbs we have in Spanish, you will get 1 year completely free of classes.
So many thousands.
No sé, no sé.
1,000.
Uy, DJ, uy. We in Spanish, we have 15,000 verbs.
Oh my gosh.
15
Ay, caramba.
verbs. Wagner, did you know the 15,000 verbs? No, I don't know the 15,000 verbs, especially that every day we have a new verbs. Wagner, what are you doing? Facebooking. That is a new verb, not new action. Wagner, what are you doing? I am Googling.
Right.
What are you doing? TikToking.
Right.
Every day we have new verbs. Yeah. Every day we have a new verbs. Now, with 40 people, 40 million people in the United States, okay, I have to leave. Okay, Bridget, no worries. So with 40 million of people living in the United States, so every new verb, probably it will be accepted for the real academia because people is using it, okay? So we have in Spanish 15,000 verbs. How many verbs do you have in English? Do you know that you have 25,000 verbs?
No.
You have more verbs than us. You have more verbs than us, okay? So, but in the system, we are not going to use the 15,000 verbs. In this step, you are not going to use the 15,000 verbs. In this step, let me tell you this, in the finger number 3, we will use 6 main verbs. I call that like the 6 main verbs. We have 15,000 verbs, but with only these 6 main verbs, in 1 month, you will be creating 1,000 plus sentences, okay? My question is this, which ones do you think are these 6 main verbs? What do you think are these 6 main verbs?
Have, be,
To have.
To have, what
Be.
else?
To be.
To be.
To be.
Go.
To go.
To want.
To
want.
yeah, want.
3 more. 2 more.
I need. To need.
To need.
To need. And 1 more.
To need.
Maybe like.
To like. Okay, let me see. This one. This one is correct. To have. To be. Verb to be. So it is not that the verb to be is not important, but it's not one of the 6 main verbs. Okay. Verb to go.
Wow.
Verb to want. Yes.
Yes.
The verb to want is one of the 6 main verbs. Verb to need. One of the 6 main verbs. Verb to like. One of the 6 main verbs. But very good. You got 4 verbs from the 6 main verbs. Which ones are the other ones? Let me put to have. Okay, let me put here. This is to have to or must. To have to or must.
How about to? Oh, to want. You're right.
Number 2. I want to put in number 2. I want to place number 2 to need. Number 3, to want. Number 4, to be able to.
Mhm.
Mm.
To be able to. Number 5, should. And number 6, to like. Okay? To have to need, to want, to be able to, should, or like. And to like. What's the meaning of this in Spanish? To have to is the verbo tener. To need, who knows the meaning?
Necesito.
Necesitar.
Necesitar. Remember that the infinitive verbs ends with R.
Yeah.
To want.
Quiero.
Quiero. Quiero. Quiero.
Querer.
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 Querer. Tener que, necesitar, querer. Bien. To be able to, or in this case also is
Can.
exactly. To be able to or can. En español, it will be poder. Poder.
Poder.
Okay. Bien. Should. What is should?
No sé.
No sé. Very good. No sé. It will be deber.
Deber. Okay.
Deber. Tener que, necesitar, querer, poder, deber. Y to like is
Gustar.
gustar. Very good. Gustar. Here we have the 6 main verbs. Here we have the 6 main verbs. Today, we will use these 6 main verbs only with the person yo, with I. But remember, in the system or in the program, we will study all the persons, okay? Today, we will talk about us. So, in this case, and today, we will practice only in the present. But you can do this in the past and you can do this in the future, okay? Bien, en el presente, who knows the conjugation of the verbo tener? Yo
Tengo.
tengo. Verbo necesitar. Yo
Necesito.
necesito. Verbo querer. Yo.
Quiero.
Quiero.
Verbo poder. Yo.
Puede. Puedo.
Puedo. Very good. Muy bien,
Puedo.
Pollita. Puedo. Verbo deber. Yo.
Debo.
Debo. And verbo gustar.
Gusto.
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 Mm.
Gusto.
Gusta.
Gusta.
Ah.
Okay, but this is not complete. This is not complete. The complete answer when we say I like in Spanish, it will be a mí me gusta. A mí me gusta or
Me gusta.
me gusta. Exactly. Okay.
Mm.
Why this? Okay, then, and if you see that why this verb, it's not with the same group of the other verbs, but I need 8 hours to explain you the reason. Okay, today we are not going to see that in case that you want to do it. Do you want to do it? No, you can, I know that you will register in my program, so you will learn that. So, I used to, or I like that my students try not to memorize. If not, you try to apply, okay? Of course, sometimes we need to memorize things, but for example, you will learn that if you want to conjugate a verb, you don't need to memorize the 5 different conjugations of our verbs. If not, at least with number 1 and number 2, but your brain is going to produce the rest if you follow like a form of conjugation, okay? It's better to learn the way to conjugate than to learn all the conjugations, okay? So in this case, what I want to tell you is pay attention to this small detail. Always when you conjugate a verb in the present, always no, almost always, the 98% of the times, when you conjugate verbs in the present with the person I, it should end with O. And remember this, yo ends with O, tengo, it's O, necesito, it's O, quiero, it's O, puedo ends with O, debo ends with O. Why I said that 98% of the times? Because the other 2%, we have something that we call special verbs. And the verbo to like, it's one of the special verbs. For me, the verbo to like in Spanish, it's not special. For me, it's weird. Okay, entonces you will learn why this verb is weird. Because if you see now the ending in the conjugation is not O, it's A. Okay? That is why when DJ, you said gusto, I said because that is exactly the situation. This is one of the verbs that they didn't follow the normal way to conjugate the verbs. Okay? So, yo tengo, okay, read with me. Yo tengo,
Yo
tengo,
yo necesito,
yo
necesito,
yo quiero,
yo
yo
quiero,
quiero,
yo puedo,
yo
yo
puedo,
puedo,
yo debo,
yo
yo
debo,
and a mí me gusta.
a
a
mí
mí me
me gusta.
gusta.
Probably you have these questions. Always my students have this question. Wagner, so why you say yo tengo if I can say only tengo? Why you said yo tengo if I can say only tengo? You are right. We will get the moment where you are going to say only tengo. But in this step, when my students, they are beginners, I want to see if they are conjugating correctly according the person. So, yo tengo. We need to match the conjugations. If you said you tengo, it's incorrect. But if you don't say you, maybe you are thinking about you. But the conjugation that you gave me was according I. So it's not possible for me to identify the mistake. There's one moment where you are going to use that without the use of yo. Okay? Very good. So Wagner, now how we can use these 6 main verbs in one sentence? Now you know the 6 main verbs. So let me put here hoy. Okay, hoy yo tengo que, o yo tengo que, one more thing. Okay, Cherise, how many verbs do we have in Spanish?
15,000.
If we use in the finger 1, 6, how many verbs can you use in the finger 4?
14,000.
14,994.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. Exactly. So if we have 15,000 verbs and we use in the finger 1, 6, you can use in the finger 2, 14,994 verbs. Okay. But, Doc, DJ, Pollita, Michelle, Cherise, if you study with me, you are not going to study 14,994. In the first week, you need to learn only 1,000, okay?
Right.
No problema, Michelle.
Yeah, no problem. No
No
problem.
problem. Okay, no, that is not correct. we will use only 77 verbs. These 77 verbs, they are the 77 verbs more important in this step. Are we only to study that ones? No, we will study more, but first 3 months, we will use only that ones. Which ones are that 77 verbs? You can get it in my website. All the verbs here in the AR ending, ER and IR, they are the 77 verbs that I want that you study. Okay, so, hoy yo tengo que beber leche. Pollita, what's the meaning of this sentence?
I must have milk today.
Ajá.
I
Today.
must drink.
Ajá. ¿Qué
Drink.
significa beber? Drink. Ajá. Okay. Wagner, but we in English, we put the time at the end. Because you said, how you said that is, I must drink milk today. But how we are going to say this is, today I must drink milk. Wagner, why you are using the time at the beginning? Remember what I told you. When you learn this, automatically you will modify some orders in the structure. But when you are beginners, I want that you, because when you are trying to listen other person, you are imagining everything in your brain. If you listen the tense at the beginning, you will know that, oh, this is in the present, okay? This is in the present. And that will help you with the conjugation of the verb. Okay. Hoy yo tengo que beber leche. Today I have to drink milk. This is one sentence following the system. See this. Today I have to drink milk. Wagner, what kind of sentences can we make with this system? Sentences with specific intentions. Sentences with a specific intention. Okay, what's the verb who puts the intention in the sentence? Okay, the verb who puts the intention in the sentence, it's the 6 main verbs. Because see this. Okay, Michelle, read this. Read the same sentence.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to read this? Sorry, my dog was just barking. Okay. Hoy yo tengo que beber leche.
O yo tengo que beber leche. Sí. Ajá, very good. O yo tengo que beber leche. Okay, in the sentence number 2, we will use the 90% of the same information. Or yo, but now instead to use tengo que, what's the second verb? Need. I will use
Necesitar.
necesito. Entonces, hoy yo.
Right.
Ajá.
So I'm saying there today I need to drink milk.
See how only changing the verb who puts the intention, now you have 2 different sentences. Because the sentence 1, the sentence that you have is, today I have to drink milk. But in the sentence number 2, following the same system, but changing the verb who puts the intention, now you have a new sentence. Today I have to drink milk versus, or it is different than if you say, today I need to drink milk. And we can continue doing the same with the 6 main verbs. Do you remember the verb number 3? Quiero.
Quiero.
In that case, I can say, hoy yo quiero beber leche. If we continue with the other verb, now you can say, hoy yo puedo beber leche. Or if we continue with the verb number 5, you will say, hoy yo debo beber leche. So 5 sentences that we made in less than 30 seconds, only changing the verb who puts the intention. Today I have to drink milk. Today I need to drink milk. Today I want to drink milk. Today I can drink milk. And today I should drink milk. So you learn the system, but you put the intention according the situation. Because it's not the same, today I need to drink milk, than today I want to drink milk. Can you see how works the system? DJ? Ojita? Cherise? See? Okay. And the situation is that we can do this with the rest of the verb, because now maybe for Cherise is today I have to drink milk, but maybe now we change the verb number 2 and we have a different sentence. What is that sentence, Cherise?
Today I must buy milk.
Now is not to drink milk, if not now is to buy milk. Okay, see how we can manage this system with the idea to create different sentences. Okay, so, but let me return with the verbo beber. Obviously, we can change the time, we can change the information, because now I am using milk, but you can say milk with cookies, so you can add all the information that you want to do it. So, in the sentence number 6, you remember that the verbo to like, it's a little bit different verb. So, today, a mí me gusta beber leche. So, that probably sounds weird, but don't worry. Today, I like to drink milk. So, that's it. Okay, see that with the verbo me gusta, we don't use the person yo. We use yo as a reference, but we never say. So if you say this, it's incorrect. Yo me gusta. No, that's incorrect. Because remember what I said, always when you say yo, you need to conjugate the verb with o at the end. But that, in this case, is not one go. If not, it's a. So we need to say and. Okay. Bien. Following the system with the verbo beber, according our example, how many sentences are you able to make following the system? If we have the verbo beber. So how many sentences we made here? 6. 6. With every verb, you will have the possibility to make 6 sentences. And these 6 sentences will have 6 different intentions. Is correct that? Okay. But I have one news. You are not going to be able to make only 6 sentences. You will be able to create 12 sentences with only one verb. What do you think we need to do if you want to get the other 6 sentences?
In
Change
the first person?
The subject.
The subject. Okay, if you change the subject, we will have a new set of sentences.
Right.
What do you think? Tell me.
Well, I was thinking you can also change the information, but you'd have a lot more than 12.
Well, if you have the information, we will have a new set of sentences.
Yeah, you'd have thousands by changing the information.
Exactly. Okay, let me do this. But for 10 seconds, you will close your eyes. Please close your eyes now. Okay, you can open now your eyes. Who wants to read number 1?
Ah,
Oh, good.
ay, no tengo que.
Because
Very good.
you can use the system when you speak, let me tell you in this way, in a positive way and negative way. See this only doing small changes in the system. Hoy yo tengo que beber leche. Hoy yo no tengo que beber leche. Hoy yo necesito beber leche. Hoy yo no necesito beber leche. Today I need to drink milk. Today I don't need to drink milk. So after this, with only one verb, how many sentences can you make with that verb? 12. 12. With only one verb, 12. With only one verb, you will be able to make 12. If you learn, if you practice the system, 3 verbs per day, 3 verbs per day, you will be able to make 36 sentences. Now here we have 12. But remember, if you change to drink and you put to buy, now we have not 12, now we have 24, because we learn it, or we will be able to make it with the verbo beber, and we will be able to make it with the verbo comprar. Now we have 24. O yo tengo que beber leche, o yo tengo que comprar leche. But maybe you have a business and you sell milk. You can put here, vender is to sell. Vender. So remember, sentence 1, today I have to drink milk. Sentence 2, today I have to buy milk. Sentence 3, today I have to sell milk. So with this small example, I want to tell you that only study 3 and see that we changed only few things in the system. That you are going to do this automatically. Okay, with 3 verbs per day, you will be able to do 36 sentences. If you do the same every day for 1 month, you will be doing 90 verbs, 3 verbs per day for 30 days is 90 verbs for 36. I don't know math, but I think this is more like a 1,038 sentences, something like that. Let me check. 90 times 36. 3,000 sentences per month. I think this is like a 30 for 12. Yeah. So the point of this is like you will be able to make a lot of sentences. Michelle, can you see the system?
I do. I do.
DJ, Pojita, can you see the system? Okay. Cherise, can you see the system? Okay,
Yes.
One more time. We are almost done, so we will, but I want that you see one more details about, okay, what about after I learn to make sentences? Okay, because now, if you say, remember, oh, at the beginning you said only milk. Oh, but now you can say, today I want to buy milk. So now you can make a complete sentence. Okay, Cherise, can I say in English? Can I say in English, today I want to buy milk?
Yes.
Dog, can I say in English? Well, yeah, today I want to buy pizza.
Of course.
And if you do that in Spanish, it's because, remember what I said, you have the system in your brain. So you are not learning something new. You have the system in your brain. What you need to put is information in Spanish and remember what's the order of the construction of the sentence. So if you say in English, today I want to eat pizza, and you can say it in Spanish, hoy yo quiero comer pizza, you are doing exactly the same. So after that, after you realize about that, are you going to translate? No, because you know the system. Are you going to think in English and think in Spanish? No, you are not going to lose time because you are going to do this as native. But of course, so if I have the recipe that how to cook rice, but I don't have the ingredients, it's not possible for me to cook rice. If you know how to make the sentences in Spanish, but you don't have the content, it's not going to be possible to make the sentences. But when you have the way to make it and you have the information, you will be ready to speak. Okay. One more time, one more reason why I like the system. Imagine this. In the first month of classes, you will learn to do this, not only with yo, if not, you will do it that with tú, with he, with she, with we, and with they. So you will be able to use it. So that really, if that quantity of sentences was only with yo, you will increase the quantity of sentences possible when you use the other persons. Okay? So after you learn, or after my students, they learn to make single sentences. See this. Okay, for example, I have one sentence. Today, let me put it in español. Hoy yo necesito ir al banco. Who knows the meaning of this sentence?
Today I have
Today
to
I need to go to the bank.
Mhm.
Today, I need to go to the bank. Are you following the five-finger system? Yes. Sentence number 2. Hoy yo debo. Hoy yo debo pagar la renta. What's the meaning of that?
Today I should pay the rent.
Today, I should pay the rent. Very good. Sentence number 3.
Today I want to study.
Number
Spanish.
3. Who wants to read number 3? Pollita.
Today I want to study Spanish.
Aha, read it in Spanish. Read that one in
Hoy
Spanish.
yo quiero estudiar español.
Oh, yes, but I need to say sorry because this last sentence is incorrect. Okay, this last sentence is incorrect. Now,
Right.
now the sentence is correct. Michelle, you read it, please.
Hoy yo quiero estudiar español con Wagner.
Ah, muy bien, muy bien. Okay, we have here 3 sentences following the system. But remember what I said, why I like that you make sentences, single sentences, because after you will be creating a small conversation using 5-finger sentences. How we can do that? When I learn you to use connectors in the sentence. I will now connect these 3 sentences, and after that, we will have one small conversation. So, hoy yo necesito ir al banco porque yo debo pagar la renta, pero primero yo quiero estudiar español con Wagner. One more time, only doing one small changes in the system. Now you have a small conversation. Today I need to go to the bank because I should pay the rent. But first, I want to study Spanish with Juan. Is that a simple conversation?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, that is one small conversation. And that is how you will start to produce conversations. One more example. Hoy yo tengo, let me change the time. Ahora, ¿qué significa ahora?
Now.
Now, ahora I will use the same. Quiero estudiar español con Wagner. Sentence number 1. Hoy yo quiero, let me change it. Nosotros, I am changing the person. Nosotros queremos vivir en Costa Rica. So this is one sentence that DJ and Pollita produce. Ahora yo quiero, ahora nosotros, let me put it the same. Ahora nosotros queremos estudiar español con Wagner. Hoy nosotros queremos vivir en Costa Rica. Porque en un mes. So now we want to learn Spanish with Wagner because in 1 month we want to live in Costa Rica. See, two sentences following the system, but after we connect it, you will be able to make a small conversation. If you pay attention to your conversations in English, you are using exactly the same, okay? This is the 5-finger system. Of course, we need to learn the process, we need to know how works the system, we need to learn the content, but after that, you will be practicing. After the second month of classes, the students, they are producing this kind of conversation. Can we do this in the past? Of course. Yesterday, I needed to go to the bank because I shouldn't pay the rent, but first, I wanted to study Spanish with Wagner. Exactly the same. Tomorrow, I am going to need to go to the bank because I will pay the rent, but first, so we can do the same. So you do this in English. So you can do it in Spanish. Okay, this is the 5-finger system. Cherise, what do you think at this point about the system?
It's a lot easier to do than trying to piece it together in my head.
Doug, Pollita, what do you think about this?
A mí me gusta.
A mí me gusta.
Perfecto.
It makes sense.
It creates a structure for that the brain then can accommodate, right? Like Shrees was saying, I don't feel as like I'm just trying to piece it together, but I can't really figure it out. This is something to hold it, which is significant.
Exactly. And I forget to tell you this. One of the things also with learning a language. So learning a language also, it's like a puzzle. Yeah, you know with a puzzle? Yeah. Rompecabezas. This one, this is a puzzle, yeah. So now we are working in one specific area of the puzzle. So when you can see the complete image of the puzzle, when you put the last piece, we are working now with this in one area of the puzzle. So you need to continue learning because we can do this with irregular verbs. We can do this with, so remember, that is part of the process. But because we are almost done, I want to show you now what's the 4-finger system, okay? The 4-finger system. In the 4-finger system, we will use only one verb. We will use only one verb. If in the structure number 1, we use 2, verb 1 and verb 2, one is the main verb and the other one is the other verb. Which one do you think that we use, the main verb or the second verb?
The conjugated verb.
The conjugated verb?
Yeah.
No, we will use the second verb.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you use the second verb. Yes.
We will use the second verb because remember, that is what I like the structures. The structure number one is going to help me to produce sentences with specific intentions. But the finger four, the second structure where we use only the 4 fingers, these kind of sentences, they are a fact. So now has not intention. The intention, we put the intention with the finger, with the 5 finger sentences, but this one, let me give you one example. For example, if you say, today let me give you this example. Hoy yo debo estudiar español. Today I should study Spanish. What's the intention? Should.
Study.
Okay. But if you go to the 4 finger sentences, you will say, hoy yo estudio español. So today I should study Spanish versus today I study Spanish. One has intention and the other one, it's a fact. Can I say in English, today I study Spanish?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Can you say, ayer yo estudié español?
Yes.
Yesterday I studied Spanish, following the same system. So see this, you can do it in the present, you can do it in the past, and of course you can do it also in the future. Mañana yo estudiaré español. Today I study Spanish. Yesterday I studied Spanish. Tomorrow I will study Spanish. So it's the same in English. So you will learn to do this in Espanol. So sentences using 5 finger sentences, 4 finger sentences, you will be creating conversation. Okay? So this is how I like to teach the first 3 months of classes. The students should be able, fluent, no. Will be practical, yes. You will be able to say complete sentences. You will be able to make questions, to answer questions following the system. Okay? So this is what we do in my school. This is what we are doing. This is how we are teaching. Right now, you don't want to see my calendar. I am completely full, but also I have like 8 or 9 different teachers in the other school teaching this. So, Charit, do you like to learn the language using the system?
Yes, definitely. It's a lot simpler.
See, Mitchell?
Yes, of course. I do have a
Da-
question for you, though, when you're done.
Yeah, tell me.
Well, the question is that I noticed the way you're using the monitor, the screen, and of course, being a visual learner, when you have an in-person class, do people have their laptops or so that they're able to see that data, in front of them or on the screen? Because I see the combination of both, the advantage of being in person and the advantage of having the data on a monitor.
Very good question. Yes, many of the difference between the face-to-face sessions and the online sessions is, well, it's very practical online because I am working in the document of the students. For
Right.
example, if Pollita and DJ, you decide for online sessions, for example, you will have a file similar like this. You will be completing all the homeworks and all the materials. So I build a special file with all this, so you will have the information. This Pollita, the homework for next class is this. You go to that document and you complete the homework there, for example, Also, we record the sessions, and you can get the record in the file, and you can access the file, the video, the time that you want. But when it's person, we use the documents printed, and we use televisions in our offices. So we project our computers there, so you can get all that material. For example, the flashcards of the. So we put this the flashcard of the verbs. We put this in our television. So when we are studying, we go here. Plus, for example, that we use different apps with games, things like that, for your cell phone. So also you will have it in your cell phone. But definitely, because exactly we know that the students, they have a different ways to learn, we try to use all of them. Even we identify, for example, next homework, Michelle, you need to do a presentation. So a PowerPoint, thing like that, because I know that you are visual. But the other person, maybe you need to tell me one speech, only the speech, or so we try to manage that in different ways. Okay.
Great, thank you.
So what do you think in general about the session in general? Because even if the class is online, this is the interaction. So I like that everybody has the cameras on, because I want to see your faces. I want to see your expressions. So the interaction. If you see DJ, tell me this, Cherise, tell me this, because everybody should participate. I don't want to only speaking, if not to interact in the sessions. So what do you think in general, from 0 to 10, the session? Do you think it's an 8, 7, 9, 10? What do you think?
11.
11. Muchas gracias, muchas gracias. Sí, muchas gracias. So if you want, I already this morning I sent you one email with the information about the session, but if you want, I can send you another email. For example, if you want to take the sessions face-to-face, so we can talk about that. After this, we can coordinate a private meeting with me, and we can talk about what do you want. For example, if you want to start session, we can coordinate about that. It's okay for you?
Yep.
Sounds great.
¿Sí? Bueno, muchísimas gracias. I enjoyed a lot my class with you. I hope that you also enjoyed the class. And just I need to say thank you. Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias, Wagner.
Yeah.
Muchísimas gracias. Nos vemos. Bye, bye, bye.
Thank
Hasta
you.
luego. Cherise, tell me.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. A quick question. You sent me a message on WhatsApp. Is it okay if I message you there?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
We can do it also. Also, I already sent you all of you one message through WhatsApp. Okay?
Okay.
See?
So
Awesome.
did you have our WhatsApp numbers? I didn't, my phone is downstairs charging.
Yes. Because when you register that you want to attend that session, I have there your WhatsApp numbers.
Okay. I didn't remember
Yes,
that.
yes.
So thank you. Okay.
You're welcome. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Nice to meet everyone.
Nice to meet.
Bye.
Oh, sorry. Can I take a picture, all of you?
Of course.
Yeah.
But now you need to do this because you are members of the 5-Finger Club.
Uh,
Okay?
Okay. Oops.
See, you need to point. Yeah, whatever. You need to point. Please, because it's a picture, don't do this.
Right.
Okay, one moment. How many of you are in the exchange group?
Don't do that. Don't point.
Okay.
I am.
Huh?
No,
Oh,
he
yes.
said do point.
1, 2, and 3. Muchas gracias. Bye.
Awesome.
Good
Bye.
job.
Thank you.
Hasta luego.
All right.
Adiós.
Bye-bye.
That's fine.